And a lot of the rain dropped down onto Aransas Pass, just over 8 inches, we're told. That community dealing with some of the worst flooding in the coastal bend.
Our Michael Gibson joins us now here in the studio with the latest on plans the city has to try to put a stop to some of that flooding. Michael.
You know, it's best to drive the streets of Aransas Pass in a high-profile vehicle when it gets hit hard by rain like today's downpour. A number of drivers got stuck in that high water along those streets, which really simply serve as canals during rainstorms. But the city manager says there are some projects it's about to start up that will hopefully put an end to a lot of that flooding. Every time Aransas Pass gets a big rain, this is what happens. Wheeler Street is always turned into a river. But City Manager Gary Edwards tells 3 News the city is hoping to work on a project with TxDOT to put in some kind of drainage system along the roadway to help eliminate some of that high water.
By Chris's Marine, that always, even in a relatively small amount of rain, that always floods. And that can be tied to a system of pumps or some type of system that would more quickly get rid of the water. And it would take a partnership with TxDOT to do that.
In other parts of town, the city has various pump stations to help try to move those floodwaters off of city streets. We're here at the Goodnight Stormwater Pump Station, and I'll tell you what, officials say they have been hit hard by rain today, possibly 10 inches. And that's why this stormwater pipe comes in handy on days like today, because it's really pumping out the water into the bay. But as you can see, sometimes those pumps simply can't get the job done quickly. There were a number of streets blocked off and underwater. So the city over the next few weeks is beginning a project to replace and upgrade 3 pump stations. That includes this Goodnight location.
We are literally a couple of weeks away from getting a brand new pump installed in that building. That pump is going to be about 4 times more volume than this one is. So right now, we're just surviving right now. That's what our goal is. When it rains down, we just go to survival mode.
Survival mode not only to deal with the water, but all of the mosquitoes, which are unbelievably bad in Aransas Pass already before that rain. Now, some of those projects are a bit more complicated than others and are going to take some time to complete. But the Goodnight facility should have that new super pump in place quickly, since we're told it will be a simple switch of water pumps. Leslie, Rudy?